It's hot. And yes, we will talk about the hottest item right now, the Desview R5. Are you ready? Let's get upgraded. Well, you might be asking, why would I want to buy an external monitor? Well, the answer is very simple, because a field monitor like the Desview R5 can help you with 5 things. It can help you with your composition, your exposure, nail the perfect focus, have an accurate color, and also monitor your audio. So with that being said, let us now find out what is inside the box. So from the get-go, these are the things that you will be getting when you purchase a Desview R5 field monitor. The monitor is very easy to navigate, and yet you will still be getting a user manual. Of course, you'll be getting the monitor, which is 1920 by 1080p. You will also be getting a tilt and swivel mount. Aside from the monitor, this one is my favorite because it is made out of high quality materials. It also comes with this Allen wrench in case you will be needing to tighten or loosen the tilt and swivel mount. It also comes with 2 HDMI cable, one full HDMI to mini HDMI and one HDMI full to micro HDMI. It also comes with a D-top cable for additional option to power your monitor. It comes with this 2-part sun hood that can be attached to the monitor, and this sun hood will be attached by a Velcro. This will come very handy just in case you will be filming on a very bright sunny day. It also comes with this 128 MB SD card that can be loaded with different slots. Unfortunately, it is already preloaded with slots. And lastly, this cleaning cloth. So before we proceed with the build quality of this monitor and its ergonomics, we will be first talking about the features on why this field monitor is the best value for money monitor right now. The R5 is a full touchscreen monitor, and based on my observation, it is very responsive. The brightness of this monitor can easily be adjusted with a swipe of a finger. On the left side of the monitor, you can swipe up and down to adjust the brightness, and on the right side of the monitor, you can adjust the volume. Cool. Plus points for that. The monitor is made out of plastic, but this is high quality plastic, and I don't see it breaking easily unless you are not careful on handling this monitor. The screen is 1080p resolution, and this is fully touchscreen, and it is very easy to navigate when needed. Brightness of this monitor is 450 nits. That's why it has a sun hood included on the package, just in case you will be shooting outdoor and the sun is very bright. On this side of the monitor, you can see an HDMI in and out, and it is listed to have a 4K 24 frames per second maximum pass-through, and also the DC in. On the other side is a 1/4 inch thread screw mount, and at the top of the monitor is the power button. At the bottom of the monitor is an 8-volt DC out, which you can use to power other accessories. 3.5 headphone jack, that's very useful when monitoring your audio. 1/4 inch thread screw at the bottom, and an SD card slot. And at the back of the monitor, you have 2 options to power this monitor via NPF style battery and an E6 battery. So in conclusion, you can power this monitor via NPF style battery, E6, DC in, or via D-top power. If you're shooting on log profile, this SD card includes some conversion slots that can be very helpful for you monitoring what could be the possible look of what you're shooting or you're filming. One of the strong points of this monitor is the menu system. It doesn't look overwhelming, and it looks so organized. Even first-time users will not have a problem navigating this monitor. Okay, so let's dig deep on what you can expect when you're using a Desview R5 field monitor. Double tap the screen and you can access the menu system. As you can see, it is well organized with different categories: exposure assist, focus and composition, LUT configuration, display setting, and the system configuration. So as I mentioned a while ago, the menu system is well organized and it is very easy to navigate. Even first-time users will not have a problem navigating it. So let's start off with the exposure assist. So upon touching the exposure assist, a drop-down menu will open up showing what are the exposure assist features that you can use or do with this monitor. So let's start off with false color. As you can see, there's a spectrum and ARRI. So, and also there's a bar at the bottom. It is leveled with 0 to 100. It shows you the exposure value of what is in the scene. So around here is the pink is the skin tone line, and this green is for the highlights. This false color is very useful because this is one of the most accurate when reading the exposure value of the scene. So I'll be doing a tutorial video on how to use a false color next time. Next one is a zebra. So as you can see, there's a value from 0 to around 109 or 110 maybe. Like for example, at this scene, we will set our zebra at 95 IRE. So if we increase our ISO, anything that is above 95, it will indicate or it will show a zebra pattern indicating that that portion of the scene is overexposed. Next one is the histogram. This one for brightness is for the luminance, and this one is for the RGB. So it will show you the color value or the exposure of each colors. Next one is the waveform. As you can see on this portion, you can change the position of each exposure assist features. So it has a luminance and this RGB parade. So still very useful when exposing your scene. Next one is the vector scope. This is very useful in identifying the color values of the scene. And that line indicates the skin tone line. If you're using DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro, you will be familiar with this one. And you can also select the all wave to show all the assist features for that. You can also just tap here to navigate between the options. This is the luminance waveform, and then this is the RGB parade. Okay, and also this one, if you have an HDR camera. So if you want to go to full screen again, just double tap it and then double tap again to go back to the menu. Okay, let's move to the focus and composition. But me personally, I don't use this that much. Next one is this peaking. So if your camera doesn't have a peaking feature, you can use the focus peaking on this Desview R5. Center mark, you can change the color. This is useful if you want to do time lapses or hyperlapse. Safe area, mark ratio. So we're at the standard 16:9, but if I plan to crop for a cinematic view 2.35:1, I can still have a 16:9 view and still be able to know on where I can crop it. So it can help you with the composition, so you can have an idea on where to crop. And then the grid lines, 3:3 for the rule of thirds. The audiometer, you can position it on the right side or on the left side. Sound check, sound. Next one is the LUTs. So I have preloaded some LUTs already, so you can select the LUTs here. It will give you an idea on how it will look depending on the LUTs that you will be using. The Desview R5 comes with this SD card that is preloaded with LUTs, but you can also import some LUTs that you have created, so it can be customized. We're usually filming with 16:9 aspect ratio, but you can have it default at anamorphic aspect ratios. This will be very useful, especially if you're filming with some anamorphic lenses. And then the display flip. Next one is the zoom, pixel to pixel, HV display, delay, freeze, and anamorphic. So those are just the basic other things that you can use or do. So if you're filming with an anamorphic lenses, you can already see its decreased look. And lastly, the system configuration. the menu configuration, the color, and this one, color temperature. If you want to adjust the color temperature of this monitor to match it to your other monitors, you can adjust it. And also the sound, you can mute it or change the volume here. Battery indication and system update, and then the status for you to be able to see all the status that's happening inside this Desview R5. So the question is, will I be recommending this Desview R5 field monitor to you? I would say yes, especially for those in our local market, because the film community here is not yet that mature, and most of us are still using our old DSLR bodies, our old mirrorless camera bodies. We're not yet using the high-end cameras that have these kind of features. So imagine you're using an old DSLR body or a lower-end mirrorless camera body. By having a Desview monitor like this, you will now be having an access to have a focus peaking on your camera, false color, zebra, waveform, vector scope, grid lines, and other assisted features, which are only available on higher end or cinema cameras. So imagine just by adding a monitor on your setup, you can bring new life to your camera. And by the time that you are ready to upgrade your camera, you can still use this monitor because this is highly compatible with different kinds of cameras. I would say that having a film monitor like the Desview R5 can be very handy, especially when you're just starting out or even when you're a professional already or you're a content creator. Because for a very low price, you will be bringing new life to your camera. You will be including professional features to your camera. So you will have more time to save up for the next camera you will be upgrading to. Bro tip! Most of you know that I'm a brand ambassador for Desview, and you might be saying biased review. So I will be mentioning the negatives that I found with this monitor. To be fair, first, the build quality is plastic. But as I said, this is high quality plastic. Next, the brightness is just 450 nits, but this is bright enough, especially for indoor use. This is very good for indoor use, but for outdoor, you might be needing the sun hood. Well, the good thing is it includes a sun hood in the package. I'm already filming for more than an hour, and this is my second take, and right now we're on 31 minutes. The monitor gets hot, but it's not as hot as though you will not be able to touch it. What else? The package doesn't include a battery, so you will be needing to buy a separate battery for you to be able to use this monitor. But like most other monitors out there, when you buy it, it also doesn't include the battery. What else? It doesn't edit your video after you film it. Sorry, because I can't find any more negative about this product, because for this price point, it's hard to look for negative things. Well, I'm not sure if you can find another monitor at this price point that has all these features and functionality and very easy to navigate. So I can highly recommend the Desview R5, especially for those on a budget. So I guess that concludes my review for the Desview R5 field monitor. So if you're from the Philippines, please follow the Desview Philippines and the Desview page and join the Desview user groups Global and the Desview user group Philippines. So if you're on a market for a budget monitor, the Desview R5 is a high contender for the place. Contender or the champion? The Desview R5 is the champion for this price point. Mic drop. Mic drop. So if you find this video helpful and informative, especially with regards to the Desview R5, please do consider subscribing because we will be reviewing more Desview monitors in the coming days. We will be reviewing the Desview R7 Plus and the R7S. And also watch out because I will be doing tutorial videos on how you can maximize on using field monitors like the Desview monitors. So I guess that concludes the video. So again, keep inspiring, keep creating. See you in the next upgrade.